Hello, welcome to today's The Word in the Flash. I'm Dr. Freddie B. Wilson. Today's subject is Let It Go. Life has its ups and downs. Even as Christians, sometimes there's difficult times in our lives we have to deal with. Some of our most difficult times come from dealing with people. Most often, it is the persons we're closest with, including our spouses. As I mentioned before, one of the most biggest determinations as to how far we go in our lives is determined by who we marry. I'm not talking about money here, but relationships. Lyrics from the Teddy Pendergrass song Love TKO says, I think I have to let it go. Looks like another love TKO. In the sport of boxing, TKO means technical knockout. It doesn't mean that you're fully out. It's just the referee has determined that you are too beat up to continue the fight. Under a TKO, you may have lost that fight, but you'll be able to get up to fight at another time, at another date. So long as you have breath, God can bless you with a good life, but you have to be willing to fight for it. In life, you need to learn how to love hard. This especially applies to marriage. In marriage, you must strive to love your spouse, but sometimes things go wrong. Let me tell you, marriage is work. You have to be prepared to fight for your marriage. Even as Christians, some of us face the fact that our partner don't want to be in the marriage anymore, for whatever reason. Even though you should fight for your marriage to the end, we have to learn to let go if this person decides to leave. No person, including Christians, should have to beg someone to love them. Now, don't apply what I'm saying by going out and marrying a fool and expect to change that person and expect and then ready to fight for that person when you already know there was problems with them before you even married them. Some of us will marry a foolish person, then expect God to change them, or we may even try to change them ourselves. And that's a subject for another day. Before we move on, let me share something with you. For those of you that know me, I'm on my second marriage. Many years ago, before I married my first wife, I saw a major problem with her. But I thought my just loving her would enable her to make a change, and that would change her life and ours for the better. I was wrong. After we were married, the problem got worse, and she did not intend to make any change for the better and refused to make a change with her harmful behavior. I was TKO'd in many ways that you wouldn't believe, and it's too long for us to go into here, but we were divorced a year later. After I met my current wife, I was very hesitant to get married again based on being knocked down before. It one of those once bitten, twice shy type of things, but I had to get over that. Well, we've been married for almost 30 years now, but we had to fight along the way for our marriage, but it was well worth it. Marriage is not easy, and you have to be willing to fight during the hard times to get through them. In order to have a successful family, there must be order. There are important principles to follow in a family. First and foremost, Christ must be the head of your family. 1 Corinthians 11:3 says, But there is one thing I want you to know. The head of every man is Christ. The head of a woman is man. And the head of Christ is God. Even though the Bible established the man as head of the family and Christ is above him, everyone is significant in a family. They each play an important role to make a family a success. The woman is just as important as the man in making a successful family. The father and the mother of a family must allow each of the family members to express their gifts in their family. God can put a message in the children in the family to help that family grow. Once you get in line, God will bless you with power beyond what you can see. When fighting the enemies of God, our weapons are not carnal, but they are spiritual. Even though we're dealing with problems in the earthly realm, the spiritual power provided by God would give us the power we need to deal with the battles we face. Psalms 21, 8 through 12 says, "You will capture all your enemies. Your strong right hand will seize all who hate you. You will throw them in a flaming furnace when you appear. The Lord will consume them with his anger. Fire will devour them. You will wipe their children from the face of the earth. They will never have descendants. Although they plot against you, their evil schemes will never succeed, for they will turn and run when they see your arrows aimed against them." You have to get your mind straight. Pray to God that he helps you clear your mind of impure thoughts, sinful acts, vengeance, greed, lust, or any other things that keep you from growing in the Lord. So, should your marriage or long-term relationships come to an end against your effort and your will, you have to learn to let go. Pray that God gives you the strength to move on, and know that God can bless you with someone who's willing to love you like you deserve. God can take your past or current hurt and bless you to something way beyond what that hurt has you thinking of. Just be faithful and let that hurt go. Hello, friends and family. If you like the messages that God has blessed me to present to you, please go to my YouTube channel as described below and subscribe there so you can catch up with the rest of my videos. Thank you very much, and be blessed.